How you doing, Lawrence? Haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
still been
uh,
working.
we're online, guys. So yeah, let's keep the discussion clean.
Hmm?
Hi everyone. Hi Charlene. With me today are Earthman Brick, Lawrence Davies, and Cross from Campaign Terrain.
Yo, yo.
How are you all doing, gents?
I'm not doing too bad. Like I said, I was working on a project trying to finish it in one day for today to have a second one to go, but I didn't get there.
Yeah, I think you pulled something of an all-nighter yesterday on that, yeah?
Yep, a little bit, but didn't get it ready. But it'll be done. There's pictures on all my stuff, so you can see pictures of what I got on my socials. So anyway, everybody else, how you doing, Lawrence?
Doing good, man. Dealing with the left. I got the leftovers of that hurricane.
Oh yeah, it hit you after it hit us. My partner's still digging out at our house. Did you get hit bad?
Ooh. Nah, it's just like heavy downpour.
I got you.
That seems to have been a pretty nasty
But
one.
on the plus side, we're giving a day off of work.
Second?
Yeah, there you go. He said it's nice to get a day off work though.
Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff that's being posted by some crafters up in Canada from a different Discord, and yeah, it seems to have hit them pretty bad. If it's the same hurricane we're talking about.
There's one that just came up across Florida and up and has hit the Carolinas. I don't know if it hit Canada. It may have done. I know that Canada got hit with one the week before, though.
I think that might be the one then. Eh.
Yeah.
Okay, look at us talking about the weather like civilized people.
Right.
Let's get back to the today's challenge, which was the finish him challenge. I believe Steve came up with that. Was that you, Steven?
I think we came up with it together.
Okay, would you like to explain the challenge for the viewers?
Okay, the challenge was basically to find some half-finished piece that's been sat around for gathering dust for goodness knows how long, that has just stopped for whatever reason, and just to pick it up and get it dusted off and actually finish it.
Okay, so let's jump into the gallery and see what we've got there. I'm just going to switch on my display so that you guys can see what's on the screen at the time.
Cool.
Okay, one sec.
Oh, I forgot I'm up first.
Yeah, you're up first.
All right.
So, what have we got here?
These are. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I'm starting a store, and these are some of the pre-mades that I'm going to be selling. All I had when this contest started was the block.
Drop out for a second.
That's
I'm
it.
having technical issues.
Okay. I didn't have the bases, or I hadn't even created the mushrooms yet. I hadn't even bought the thing to create the mushrooms with yet. So I think they turned out all right. I've got 21 of these, so they're just basic standing stones.
How do you make the mushrooms?
I bought one of those fidget toys that's like a little flat disc of little pop-out things. They're little rubber hemispheres, and you pop them back and forth for like a fidget toy.
Okay, yeah.
And I filled them with. They're made out of silicone, so I just filled them with hot glue and let them cool off.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then on the backs, I took the nib of the hot glue gun, pressed it in, and stuck a half a toothpick in the back to make a little stalk, and that way I stabbed them all into a piece of foam so I could paint them all in a batch.
Nice. Yeah, I remember when you were painting those, you had a pretty large batch of them.
Yep. I had to make 42 of them, and no stone has two. I made sure to keep them separate, so no stone has two mushrooms the same color. All of them have two different color mushrooms. because I've got blue ones, red ones, and brown ones.
Nice. This is good scatter terrain, and I would like to hear more about your online store. So don't worry about tooting your own horn.
Okay. Yeah. The plan is to shoot for November 1st. Is still my plan. So we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Yeah, I think you mentioned you had some troubles with the paperwork and getting everything sorted out, or just long delays and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. It's just credit union dragging their feet to set up the account.
So yeah, hope to hear some good news about that soon.
All right. Me too.
Good luck, man.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, in the meantime, I think Lisa, Dungeon Matron, has joined us. Hi, Lisa.
I'm trying to wave and I forgot I don't have a camera.
Yeah, that happens. But next up is Lawrence with his little house here.
I mean, I don't know if you can see. This is the original farmhouse.
Nice.
It was just a little farmhouse I based off of a BMC video, and I was like, that can be a lot better.
Okay, so basically you
Wait,
start.
am I using mine?
It was a finished piece to begin with, and then you just kept adding stuff to it. Yeah. At this point.
Did I just get kicked off?
No, you're
Oh
still
no, I
there.
didn't.
No. Okay.
It was a sort of finished piece to begin with, but I was like, I never really liked it because it seemed like it could be better. So,
Okay.
yeah, I gotta make this a little bit better. So I decided to add like a stone base around to represent, like, it has a basement or whatever. And then and after while I was doing that, I was like, this needs a chimney too.
So I think these two different ones, and
Yeah,
Alright.
because I originally built 3 of them.
okay.
I told them before, the one with the little window on the side, I want to move into that one. There's this alpine field in Alaska that I used to go camping at that had a
Yeah.
A-frame house, and I'm like, man, I want to move in.
Yeah, this does add a lot to it. It really change. They really look different.
Yeah, I like I like the second one with the chimney and all the stone a lot better. Which is I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do that to the other one I still have. Cause I had given the third one to my local game store.
I gotcha.
And you also cut through the roof there to make space for the chimney, or how did that work?
Yeah, I had to. It's like I didn't want to just attach it to the side because that wouldn't have looked right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I still got this thing. I mean, when if it's a finished piece, I usually don't really want to touch it again. But I think that's probably
The only other unfinished project I had was ruined towers, and I just have no desire to touch them right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'd gone through a phase where that was all you were working on for a very long time. Yeah.
I know. I shouldn't have done 8 of them.
It's like me when I was doing those 23 little hovel houses. I was like, oh my gosh, it's killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same
But,
time, the project you're working on now isn't really a small one either. Yeah.
no. Which is why I'm looking forward to the next challenge so I can take a break from there.
Okay. Do you want to show us what you're working on right now?
All
Just
927
painting
pieces
a
of
bunch
it.
of tiles. I'm
Okay,
just
he's very
painting
modest, folks. When he says a bunch, he means a bunch of tiles.
I'd say about 250 different individual tiles. And these 3x3s are small ones.
Yeah, I got you. All told, I probably have 150 maybe, but I didn't do them all at once. That's for dang sure.
Well, there's just your standard, like flagstone ones. Then there's some cobblestone ones, and then there's a bunch of what it's gonna be like lava tiles.
Do you actually have the space to
I was
spread
thinking,
them all out in the same place or table or whatever?
oh dear God, no, I don't have the space for all of these. I was thinking the cobblestone ones could be the first level, the flagstone ones could be the second one, then the lava ones will be like the third level of the dungeon.
I gotcha.
That way, I only have to spread them. I don't have to spread them all out at one shot. But yeah, No, I don't. There's no way I could put them all out at one time.
What you need to do is get you one of the tables like they use at the at the gaming convention. One of the ones here in Atlanta has the ballroom that they do the gaming in. The hotel sets up these tables that are like 8 feet diameter, circular. You need something like that. It's like UDT, but really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he'd need a bigger house too, probably. Yeah, still,
First world problems.
still, I mean, this upgrade was really good.
There is a game
Tiles?
store
What are
nearby that
tiles?
could probably do that. Huh?
Nice.
Say again?
I mean, tiles? The tiles? They're tiles? What are tiles?
Right?
I know I will get to that. I will get to that level one day to make tiles. Not push that off by accident. I will.
Well, I got a lot of unimaginative people, so theater of the mind is kind of like a foreign concept to them.
Gotcha.
But come on, it's always a good excuse to play with little plastic toys.
It is,
Yeah.
and I love these buildings. Beautiful. I love the the way you did the roofs.
Oh yeah, those two.
Love those a lot.
It made it a lot easier to make the roofs doing it that way than doing individual small tiles.
Yeah.
I like they're uneven. I like because I like that they're uneven. It gives it a lot of character.
Yeah, and I was kind of going for a poor, cheap farmer or peasant look for it.
That's really nice.
And those are all foam boards, or did you use wood? Okay, I didn't know if you used
No,
balsa.
that's all XPS.
I gotcha. But man, yeah, the
Well,
finishes and the little lichens and stuff. Like I said, I want to live in that in like some alpine valley somewhere.
I just saw what was coming.
You can see inside there. I also used the Dollar Tree foam core to make the basic structure.
Nice.
Cool.
You
That
make
is
a
a
good realtor. It's also inexpensive.
Okay, let's move on.
Hey, all the foam came from a dumpster, so.
Say again? All of them.
Stop showing off.
The
Yeah,
XPS came from a dumpster.
could you bring it on screen again because it wasn't visible? So that's the inside. Okay.
Yeah, that's the inside of the foam core. And
Yeah, I've got
the inside foam core and a small piece of XPS for support.
Nice. Yeah, it makes sense. That's some good stuff. Okay, Earthman Brick, you're up next.
you gotta take a break from making more awesome toilets to show us about your awesome toilets.
Okay, Stephen, what have we got here?
This is a mega grot tank. GW do what is it? It's like Forge World, and you can buy them there, and they're made of resin, but they cost about probably about $90.
Yeah.
For that one model, and it's really expensive. So I just scratch built one, and it was part of the Finish Him challenge because it'd been sat as a bunch of plastic wheels on a little bit of a kind of cardboard outline, and that had been sat for over 2 years. So I had to pick that up and do something with it, get to a finished state, and I think I managed to get that.
And
Yeah, I
just
like
in time for 10th edition.
Oh no. Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I like the additions you made to it because you had the wheels on the side, the bigger wheels, but those little wheels at the front, you added that part entirely on this one thing, and then everything else, all the plates and the pipes, and man, got it all gooky and super grotty all with quickly. That was very cool, very impressive to watch the build.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've got a separate video on it. If anyone's ever interested in seeing it,
Yeah,
where I kind of rabbit on.
I think you have the link in the Discord right now. Yeah, I'll share it on the chat as soon as we get to it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I love the different textures you put on here. Remind me, was this part of another challenge you're working on the York Discord server?
Yeah, but that's kind of a bit on the down low at the moment. That's going to be a big reveal at the end of the month.
Okay, so yeah,
October.
Secret. Maybe you should have painted it purple or something in the meantime.
Yeah, what's the lore with that, with the orcs and purple?
Well, purple makes you stealthy.
Right.
I mean, have you ever seen a purple orc?
Good point. Yeah. Yeah, and what was it? It's like red ones go faster. I think that's what they believe as well.
Yeah, red and Mofasta. Blue is smarter, like sciencey or something? Aren't they the tech boys? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I used to know a lot more orc stuff than I currently do. I have.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried that. The blue does not really make you smarter. It does get you a warning from HR though.
There you go. I figured you painted yourself blue and ran down the streets trying to do a whole freedom.
with the bald head, and he would like the Blue Man Group member that escaped or something.
There you go.
Were they arrested or something?
The Blue Man Group?
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Ah.
He's the one that got away though.
Ah.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful, Steve. I love this. I love this build. I saw this in my caught. It's great.
He even talked about the fact that he made the front blade. You can see it in the video. He made the front blade so you can take it off and change it with other things. It's got a little spring-loaded device in it and everything.
Yeah, so. It's like I based it on a tension bar, and you can usually get them for making like curtain rails and such like.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's just what is it? It's an old pen tube, a super glue lid, and then a spring jammed in, and then a bit of old plastic sprue frame, and then it's kind of spring loaded so you can catch and release it. In fact, it's probably easier if I just show you.
Okay, 1 sec. Go ahead.
So here it is here, and then you can just catch and release here. And so that's on a spring, so you can push it in and out.
Oh.
Nice.
And there's a spring, which you can't see. But it's there. And what it means is that you can just sort of exchange this part in and out rather easily, but it still holds in place.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Huh. Yeah, I'm experimenting and doing a lot of different kind of friction fits. Because it's a lot cheaper than buying magnets, which seems to be what most people do.
Yeah, and magnets wouldn't have held it like in. It could be bumped out if you hit it because they would just slide across each other. I think this way it's actually sturdier on a tabletop.
Very true. I painted up this little guy for the challenge as well. Just to make it, give it a little bit more decoration. Show it for like, because sometimes it's difficult to tell when you see a project and to understand and appreciate the scale of it.
I would say, yay, snotlings, but I don't think the GW uses that word anymore.
All these turrets can rotate and come off as well. So that's like an old, what is it, camera film tube?
Is it a camera film tube?
Yep.
I haven't seen those in years.
Right?
I've got a box full of them.
That belongs in a museum.
I know, right?
I've got like 3 of them in my house, and that's it. I haven't seen them in years, other than the ones I've got.
And this one's just made of an old chewing gum tub.
Okay.
Nice.
You tear off the lid, and then that becomes the point of contact for it. So it's easy to sort of like lock it back into place.
Okay.
There we go. And that one's just a loose fit because it's I designed that one so that it could be moved up and down
Okay.
Great.
slightly
Shit.
for different poses.
Modular.
And a lot of these rockets are scratch built and made myself in a previous video, like donkeys ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So what about the corrugations? I think those are cardboard that you peeled off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are. Hold on, got some here. Recognize these?
Yeah.
From around your coffee cups. Well, if you take them off, these sleeves, perfect one-sided corrugation.
Okay.
So I'm forever. I don't drink coffee, so I forever find these disposed out in the street, and I just like take them off the cup and then I throw the cup in the bin. Because obviously someone else neglected to do that, so they
Yeah.
in turn gave me free crafting material, and I'm cleaning the environment. So double win.
So we don't
You're
even need
cleaning
to
up the
peel
environment
that, yeah?
and getting paid. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're cleaning up the environment and getting paid, sort of.
And
Yeah.
I guess that's also several soap dispensers and pens and stuff like that, yeah?
Yes, it is. That's what the turrets are effectively made of. So the cannon part here is part of a hand soap dispenser part, and then the top of this whole sort of like dome section is the other half of a Kinder Egg shell.
Huh.
I don't know if I've got any of the hand soap part here. Might have them in this tub. There we go. So there's one unpainted. So you can kind of see what it looks like beforehand.
I gotcha.
And it's just parts like this, which would just make for ideal cannons. These parts I've not figured out what to do with yet. The actual dispenser.
I
Yeah,
yes, Chris?
they always look like they should be the top of a Tau turret to me.
Yeah, that's what same thing. It looks more like a shape that the Tau would have on their stuff rather than the Orcs.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you could have, you could just stick it on a tank, put some bolts and rivets on it, paint a Tau symbol, and it's just something that the Grots scavenged and stuck in place.
There you go.
True. You know what it reminds me of is the. You remember that original black and white War of the Worlds movie?
Yep.
Not really.
The kind of head on the tripods.
Yeah, it's just like those. Because it's kind of like snake looking.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
I'll zap you a link it later at some point. But yeah, had fun making that one. And I'm going to do another tank later on in the month as well.
Okay, and in the meantime, you're building another mimic toilet?
I am indeed. Had so much fun with the last one. And yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
His channel's gone down the drain.
Feeling a little flushed.
Yeah.
Is it Sis' turn to get a good pun in, is it?
Oh,
Ah,
that was nice. That was good.
well played, that man.
Yeah. So whose one's next?
Okay. Steve's paintbrush, I don't think he's here today. But I think he wanted to finish off this unit of whatever they are. I think they're pretty creepy.
I think that's the Nighthaunt army from Age of Sigmar, which is another Games Workshop line.
Okay.
I think they're called Death Reaper Harridans or something like that.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah. I hate him.
Oh man.
Check out the texture on the robes. It's not just the weapons, but the texture on the cloth and stuff.
I wish he were here to explain how he did that because that's absolutely fabulous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, when he came here from the Chaos Gates, and he just never mind.
Ah!
Special abilities. That's all I'm saying. Cheating, and only the best ways.
I know that on one of his videos he built up that kind of texture using paper towels, if I remember correctly. Just gluing them on the surface and reshaping them, but I don't think he did that here. I suspect that's all paint.
Oh, that's giving me the creeps, and there's no tentacles involved.
I mean, even the bases look fantastic. So yeah, I think he didn't mention to finish the whole unit. But yeah, just two minutes to go. But yeah, the ones you did finish are looking fantastic. Let's see them again.
Those things are gorgeous.
Okay. So envious of that kind of mini painting tech level. It's why are you biting me?
Guys in the showed up.
Yeah, he's jealous because you have my attention.
Let's say hello to him coming.
Says, no, I'm licking my paw. Leave me alone. All right, fine.
Okay, where is he? Did he run away now?
He's right here. You see him yet?
Oh yeah, there he is. Hey man.
No, that's not the view I want to see. Turn the other way. Nope, he stepped away now, of course.
Yeah, you know, he only gives us small doses of.
Precious will say hi.
Hey.
The kitty channel.
Yeah.
Booty.
I mean, cats are always welcome.
People that tuned into the live challenge that just came in, I noticed a couple other people have just come in. They're like, "Great, we're here for the cats." Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I am here for the cats.
Cat videos. Boss. Everyone looks at cat videos, even when they're secretive.
Okay, what's her name, Lotus?
Precious.
Precious.
She is
Ah.
precious.
When nobody's looking, he actually calls her precious.
Precious.
I call her Daddy's little princess, or my evil little goblin.
There you go. Yeah, I've heard you call her the evil goblin before. That's funny.
Okay, I'm just dropping the link to the community
Right
showcase
now
in
she's
the
being the
chat.
evil little goblin.
Ah. Come on, she looks so innocent and quiet. Okay, I'm going to drop the link to the community showcase in the chat. If anyone has any crafts they want to show off later, or pictures of cats, that's fine too.
Poppy.
Poppy's being remarkably quiet today. Oops.
Yeah, she's just chilling out in the corner. She's happy. She's got like a little canvas bag that she loves to jump in and sleep in. So she's way too chill just now. So I don't want to disturb her.
Okay, just one more look at these. Again, Steve's paintbrush. If you're listening to this, these are fantastic.
Yes, we love them. Stuff.
And yeah, if you can tell us how you did that texture later, then I think all of us would love to know. Okay.
Just the deets.
Okay, this is Steve's video for the grot tank. Again, link in the the chat. Okay, next one up is mine, the one that I finished yesterday. Okay, this was the state it was in since 2019, and Instagram tells me it's been 183 weeks.
Okay.
You know what? That isn't that bad a paint job, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just unfinished
Yeah.
timing. Yeah. And I was experimenting with a bunch of stuff on this one, for example, with wet blending and shading with blue. I think you can see it just around the underside of the biceps.
Mhm.
Smooth shading on the clothing. But yeah, I mean, it's, this was too obviously unfinished. Okay, and this is what I did yesterday.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Does.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really,
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how the clothing turned out, and that's just a sepia wash on top of the base colors here. So
You highlight the fingers with a lighter color.
say again?
You highlight the fingers with a lighter flesh tone.
Yes. Not the whole finger, just the knuckles mostly. Okay, and
Really.
one
Okay.
one thing I really enjoyed painting on this was just stippling the shading rather than layering it. You can see it on the leather and the metal. So just it will mess up a brush, but it comes up with an interesting effect.
Yeah,
That's what
I found that
old
with
brushes
stippling.
do.
Yeah, that's why you get brushes for that or use old ones.
Oh yeah, totally.
I love stippling on stuff. It gets rid of all the brush strokes and it does a better blend job so things don't look in naturally speaking, colors don't just stop at one point and turn into something else. And it does stippling is always I found that to be the best way to blend.
Oh yeah. Okay. Also, for this one, I actually used my 000 brush, which has been used exactly 3 times in its life, I think,
There you go.
just to
Now
paint
you said
the
you
paint the
you
eyes.
painted a pupil on this guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you say,
No,
Klaus?
no. Just what?
Painted a what?
Pupil.
Pupil.
Yes.
Don't say what I thought I heard.
I don't know what you thought you heard, but I might have said that accidentally, but no, pupil. Dot
No,
in the eye.
just leave that to everybody to imagine.
Okay. Say again.
Do you have an up close shot of that so we can see the pupil?
I think this is the closest, but
Yeah, that's as close as we're getting, I think.
yeah. But one thing with this, for example, is that I don't usually paint pupils like that, but since that eye is particularly large,
Yeah, he's a big old boy.
yeah, it looked funny to give him like a bulging, crazy eye. Just because it looks funny.
Appropriate, but odd.
Okay, next up. Okay, this is Sean's.
Man, Recon did such a good job on the flames on this.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see started some lighting effects on the miniature as well.
Yep. Yeah, he was talking about that, like 2 people suggesting. He's like, I'm already doing it. He didn't say it like that. He said, yeah, totally. I'm showing where the flames are. You know, you can see the light from the flames. And yeah, it turned out really well.
Yeah, I think he was also working on about. He was working on this yesterday with another 5 or 6 miniatures. So this isn't just the one, but I don't think he posted pictures of all of them. But yeah, nice work on this.
Yeah, I think he
Pretty
posted
amazing.
this one because he had started this one a while back, and it was appropriate for the finish him. I think the others he had just started painting. I'm sure we'll see pictures at some point, though.
Oh yeah,
What did he make the flames out of?
I think that those are part of the miniature.
Yeah.
I-
He
Oh, okay.
said that he said that it's a 3D print, but he said that he printed it several times to get the flames right. So I think he remodeled the flames digitally after each subsequent print, but I don't know how many times he printed that. I just know he said he printed it several times.
Yeah, I think I had some printing issues with it as well because of the way they printed out. But that's the thing. I mean, he kept reprinting it until he got it right. But, this is nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay, next up, Lisa.
Oh, uh-oh. Ugh.
Oh,
What do we have here?
I could not get the video to you. I tried. Even Gmail did not like the video, so I put it up here so that you can see how it moves. But the first pictures I sent are the beginning. I just started, and my original picture of it being in the box were from where it was sitting. I lost that one, but basically it was just a block and some styrofoam and a few gears, and that's all I had to start with. But this was based on Roll for Damage's video, or Roll for Damage. Is Ori, and if I'd not seen that video, this never would have come about. He had an excellent idea, and we used into clock, and I had to put my flavor. And thank you very much for putting that out there, Guy, because this would never have happened. I started with the styrofoam base, and that's a Dollar Tree ornament on top that I did and buffed into it was frosted. I could get the light inside. And,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how'd you get it frosted? Because the diffusion on it, at least on that one picture, is just amazing. I'm wondering how you got it diffused like that.
paper on the outside, just sand until it was frosted.
Nice. You didn't I didn't know if you'd put a chemical in it and like sloshed it around inside, or how you'd done it. So very cool. Very cool.
Sat down in front of a TV watching some campaign terrain videos and and then I just painted the clock face. That came out of a plastic clock, a gift that you could put together your own clock, and I never put it together.
Okay.
I used the faces.
That means that somewhere you still have an MDF clock face that you could use as a base.
I know that is the clock face.
Oh, I thought it went on something larger.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a top-down view, so you can see
Yeah.
the base.
This one?
That one, this view right here, that one, because the angle, the diffusion looks better, and your little comet lights up so well because of the lighting coming from inside. I love that picture. So, all her little, what'd you end up calling this? The ornery?
The ornery or ornery. It has been ornery, but I'm very proud of it. Unfortunately, because of all the detail that I put into it, and you could put it on a table to play, which was my goal, but it's very touchy. Wouldn't last long.
Okay, I think you had mentioned that you also had to spend some time calibrating the orbits to get everything to go together.
Yes. Yeah. I have a bad habit of just starting a build and not pre-planning it.
Okay.
And just kind of throwing things together as I go. And so calibrating of the size of the planets with the arms and to be able to have the armillary arms on rings on the outside and everything not hitting each other. Because I hadn't planned it, there was a lot of failed testing and recutting and testing and recutting. And then when we were on that live chat together, and I was trying to bend the arms, and then that one broke, and I almost had a heart attack. Cops came to my rescue and said, "No, just use a tube." Yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Ross.
Yep, just splint it. It'll work. It's all good.
Splint it. That worked it perfectly.
So can we see it move?
What? Oh, you want to see it move?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get up. My laptop over. So sorry for the jigglies and.
No,
Let me know.
not shaky cam.
Then frame.
It's in frame.
And the little red planet's going around.
Everything moves.
That is very
Just
cool.
that's the second hand, and then the planet up to the upper right. I don't know if it's left on yours. Guy, he's on the minute hand.
Okay.
He does move. Then these are on the hour hand, but they're kind of shaky. They don't move as well, but they do move.
Nice.
Yep, I can see it now. She's going to upgrade it one of these days and get one of those clocks that also tells the day. And so once a day, that outer ring will go click. Nope, probably not.
I wanted very much. Steve asked for me to have a moon on one of the planets with a year underneath, and I loved the idea. I really did. I wanted to do that so much. I could not get it to fit with the armillary rings and the weights on. And so that'll have to be my next one, I guess.
Okay, because the hands are plastic, you said, or something like that.
The hands are very, very thin aluminum. They're or tin, or whatever, a very, very soft metal that is easily bendable and does not hold weight well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy with it.
Very
Favorite
cool.
build so far. Thank you.
Okay.
What else?
So that was the collection for the finish him challenge. There was some good stuff there.
Amazing. I'm sorry I was late. I apologize for being rude.
Don't worry. We don't understand the meaning of politeness around here. Don't worry.
I hope to hear from some of the people that submitted stuff to understand what they did with their builds, because some of that stuff was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean there were some work in progress stuff that I don't know if they were finished, because some of them definitely looked finished. But yeah, they didn't submit them or stuff, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready for the next challenge?
Yeah, do we know what it's going to be yet, or are we deciding that, or how's that going?
Okay, we have already decided. I mean, I have already decided, and I'm not a democracy, so that's what it's going to be. We're going to do a Halloween challenge.
All right.
And it will be due on the 30th of this month, so it's a shorter challenge than we usually do.
Can't have it till February for Halloween? What? Halloween 2023. Yeah, 30th.
Oh, 30th. Oh, I was going to say 13th.
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
13th.
doable though.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you can do anything that's anything creepy will do, like whether it's a miniature, diorama, model, piece of terrain, what have you.
Oh, what's with the evil laugh, Lawrence?
This works perfectly for something that's already in my head, and I've already got all the supplies for it.
See, y'all are all at an advantage over me because I don't do any of the grim dark stuff. I like, I don't know, brighter colors and less, dismal stuff. I got to figure out something. I got to up my Halloween game.
I don't know. I mean, you could do some fairies, I guess.
Well, maybe we could do a strawberry shortcake challenge sometime.
There you go. And maybe not quite that treacle, but yeah, a bit, yeah.
right, Lawrence.
Yeah.
We're doing the group Halloween challenge. Between you and me, I challenge to see which one of us can get to make the creepiest.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Says the one with the bucket of bones in her workshop. Yeah.
Well, see, I have one of those. I just don't know what to do with them because I don't really do creepy. I don't know.
Okay. So this will be a joint challenge between our Discord server and Net1 Videos Discord server. So there should be a few more people joining.
All right.
And we haven't decided yet whether it will be a stream on this channel or Mike's, but either way, it's going to be smooshing everyone in the same stream.
Gotcha.
So it should be fun.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I'll get started as soon as the stream is over.
Yeah, you got to take a break from your mega dungeon,
Yes.
yeah?
Right.
Okay,
Looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
do you
I'm
guys
just sitting here being. Sorry, I'm sitting here being amazed at how far Steve's gotten on this toilet when we've been sitting here. Because it started off as barely a bowl, and now it's like got a rim, and he's. Is this another mimic, Steve?
Oh yeah, this is my entry for the Halloween challenge.
Waiting until the 29th.
I'm sorry.
You had it completed by the time you finished the sentence.
Sorry,
Just
when
trying
I
to
see
get ahead of the
those
game
mimics.
so I can focus on the Orktober builds.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so
You started yours last night, Cross, right? Or yesterday?
I tried to get us. I tried. I was like, I tried to make it simple. I was like, well, I'm just gonna make a little dais for this thing, and then but it's in Community Showcase if you want to jump over there, Karl. But it's
oh yeah, for sure.
it's. I was like, yeah, I can knock this out. Drying times killed me. There's no way I could finish it. But I tried to finish this both for finish him and for Let There Be Light over on that ones because it's I already had the portal made. And so this, I was supposed to just make a nice, simple little platform for the portal to sit on and turn into a temple.
Yeah, I was going to say you totally failed. That's simple. Okay, one sec. We appear to technical mishap. Shall be back in a second.
And then,
Hey Karl, you didn't lose the stream or anything, did you?
No, just Discord dropped for a second.
I don't think so.
Typical. I've been having issues as well with Discord.
yeah, mine dropped out yesterday too. No, it was supposed to be the. I was just gonna make like a little 1 foot by 1 foot square with just a simple dais for the thing to sit on, a couple rocks to stop it rolling back and forth. And somehow it turned into 24 by 15 inches, and I don't know. I don't know.
It's fabulous. I love the pillars. I love the
Yeah, and
textures.
I just learned that technique. I want to shout out to somebody, but I don't know who it is. Somebody came up with that idea, and I'm like, it is brilliant. All you do is draw lines or just eyeball where you want to put the lines and V-gouge them, and they come out looking like that. And it's just amazing. So it makes it look like multiple pieces of rock stacked, and those are solid 2-inch by 2-inch pillars. Once again, foiled by the fact that the foam is not actually 2 inches thick; it's actually 50 mil, or I think it's actually 55 or 60 mil, because they're 2 inches in one dimension, and they're like 2 and almost a quarter in the other dimension. But you can't tell when you look at it at a quick glance. It only matters when you're holding them in your hand; they don't stack quite right. But those are glued down now, so I never have to worry about it again with that set. And I'll trim for that and adjust for it on my next batch.
It doesn't need to be exact anyway, so that works
No,
out well.
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then the back wall is actually curved. I cut it. Those lines are not just gouged; I then cut them as well, and I sort of semi-folded them and hot glued into the gap from behind, and then
Okay.
stuck them down intentionally at a slight angle. I just didn't like it being like super. I do lots of symmetry, and I always look at it and go, that's kind of boring. So when you're looking at the picture, with the panel you see on the left lines up with the back wall, and then the other two curve slightly around from, or back edge, and then the other two curve slightly around. Everything is XPS except for I've got toothpicks to hold the back wall in place. I put it down on toothpicks, and then the two pieces on the side that stop the portal rolling away, those were pretty flimsy, so those each have bamboo skewers rammed up into them.
Tell us about the portal.
Oh, the portal is a Skylander portal, but they don't work unless they're plugged into the machine with the game on. So, like dozens of other people before, I have pulled out the center electrics, and then the lights are a 10 string from Dollar Tree of just LEDs that are suspended on a cardboard disc that's held inside. I tried to diffuse it a little more than it really is by putting between the white plastic and the lights. There's actually fiber fill. There's white fiber in there. And then I just screwed the whole thing back together, and it's got one, and the battery pack for it is behind it. So it's sitting just a little bit out from the back wall. It kept falling over. So if you look right at the bottom of the portal, that last little step actually holds the portal in place. That was a little tricky trying to get the shape just right, because it's not just a rectangle. You have to adjust for a couple of pieces that are wider than others. But overall, yeah, I really like it. And the portal does come out, so I could use it for a million other things if I wanted.
It changes colors?
No, that one's just a blue set.
Okay.
I could have done it in red or green. I also have those, and I think they also put out a white of the same kind. But that one does not change. It's just going to be blue.
That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish
That's great. That's a great table. That's great tabletop terrain.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Now
the
question is where to put it.
Yeah.
I have room for supplies. I don't have room for built things. So anyway, I'll figure it out.
I'm running out of. I don't know where I'm going to put my orrery too. I'm the same. I may have to dismantle it, but we'll see.
You're going to say what, Carl? You can always put it where?
I said you can always auction it off to the highest bidder or something like that.
Yeah, a friend of mine on a non-crafting Discord. He's like, "Are you going to sell this in your shop?" And I was like, "Well, I wasn't." Oh, we lost Carl again.
No, I'm here.
Oh, who released? Lisa. Okay.
Lisa.
All right. So yeah, and I'm like, well, I wasn't going to, but I guess I could. I don't know. Shipping it might be a pain because it's bigger than the largest like postal service box, but I could figure something out. Yeah, it's 12 and just shy of 13 inches tall, and it's 15 inches front to back, so, and 24 across. So yeah, and I made sure the back portals or back pillars, I positioned everything. The pillars are square to themselves in the platform, but the platform is diagonal to the main base. The pillars I made sure at the back that there's room for a 1-inch standard base. So technically you could have a little rogue hiding behind the back pillar there. So yeah, I made sure to account for that.
I was just thinking, I mean, for shipping it would have been good if the pillars and stuff were not glued down.
Yeah, but you'd have to be able to take all 6 pillars and the back wall off to do that, and there was no way to do that.
But yeah, it's
now I'm crazy, so I'm crazy. So one of these days I may cut everything loose and put put magnets and everything. But that may or may not happen. If I had, like I said, I was trying to finish this by today, and just the drying times wouldn't let me. If I hadn't, if I'd taken like a week to do this or something, I probably would have magnetized all the pillars and everything.
I mean, I could see this being played out. It's not just for D&D, but I think even Skyrim, the board game players. I think I would love this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there you go. If you do a video about this, you have 2 audiences. Hey. Okay, speaking of videos, Lawrence, how far do you think you are from your first video?
Oh, at least a month. I mean, I have an idea of what it's going to be, but now that the challenge is here, I think it might be the part. I might make the challenge the first video, the Halloween
Yeah,
challenge
why
the
not?
first video.
That's not a bad way to jump into things.
No, it isn't. Considering
Yeah,
what
so
you were
Lisa's going to do
I
her,
got 'em
and
in
Lisa's
part.
going to do her first video that way too.
Oh, pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
a long time to
you
wait
some.
there.
I have a really sick, twisted, the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown idea in my
I got
head.
you. There you go. Either that or Ichabod Crane or something. Yeah. So headless horseman. No, Lisa says that she's not going to create a channel, but one of these days. No, I think she just needs to have a live stream channel because we have so much fun hanging out on the chats. Oh, by the way, everybody listening, we hang out and just shoot the bull and craft at each other on Lisa's Discord all the time. So I don't know if Karl wants to toss a link up there for that. If not, you can. We can figure
I
out some way to get you the link. But
I
yeah,
don't
so.
have the link right now, but yeah, I can toss it in the comments after the stream.
Okay, excellent. Yep, because we have so much fun on there, and we don't all have channels, so it's not like you have to be one of us to do it. When you just come hang out and ask us questions if you want, or heck, we can ask you questions. Lord knows I learn something new all the time. Like I just learned that rock technique from this week off a video, so we're always learning too. So come hang out with us. It's fun. That's over on Lisa's Discord. I don't do anything fun on my Discord.
Yeah.
The shout out there, Karl. Yeah, I hang out with these really great YouTubers.
There you go. Vicariously YouTubing.
I live vicariously through them. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see where the conversation goes. So you might jump in and we might be talking about cats or serial killers or 1970s cowboy movies. Oh, by the way, High Plains Drifter is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
isn't
good.
it?
You finally watched it? Excellent. Good.
Yeah. The end is awesome. Glad you liked it. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out with.
Is that just a paint you were shaking, Steve, or is that a texture?
This is glaze
Ah, okay.
or varnish or whatever you want to call it.
Goop.
Okay, let's see Steve varnishing his toilet.
There you go.
I'm making a sign for it, and I wanted to thicken it up, so I've made it from paper. And
that paper piece you're holding looks disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you this, guys. In the brief time that we've been talking, how things have moved since. Can you see? This used to be over here.
Oh yeah, your comment went around.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything has moved a bit.
Nice.
But yeah, this will dry clear, and we'll show the red underneath.
There's something very disturbing about the way it's wriggling.
It's, well, what's funny is I bought some fishing lures specifically to try to make creepy, gross, crafty stuff. And they're really awesome while you're holding them and they're wriggling around and moving. But the moment you attach them to something, they just kind of hang there and stop being. Yeah. So I try to go for that effect. If I can figure out a way to get like a little silicone tongue or something that'll bobble every time you move it, man, that would be awesome.
Thank you.
Well, you could just grow worms in your terrain or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're back.
That's what I should do. You know how everybody digs a hole and then they paint it up and then put little plants in it and then fill it with resin to make like a pond. Instead, I'll make the same little hole and I'll just fill it with dirt and put actual worms. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. It worries me that there's a tongue in that particular position.
I think we can be sure that
there you
there are
go.
Japanese movies about it.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, there you go. One of the little koosh balls or whatever, or similar.
What was it? It's like a stress ball or something?
Yeah, it's one of the stress balls with the little tentacles on it. It looks like an anemone.
Yeah, and this is just a balloon. I can cut this open and I can do everything.
No, don't kill them. Well, whatever.
So let's get this straight. For the Halloween challenge, you're going to do something more disturbing than the baby head thingy where we're...
Oh, the baby head thing was weird. The
Oh,
baby
yeah,
head thing
geez.
was weird.
Oh, no, this is going to be, it's all going to be part of it.
You guys don't think the baby head thing's cute?
It's adorable. Little baby.
There you go, using that word again. I do not think it means what you think it means.
I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get really weird with mine.
Somehow I think you'll rise to the challenge on that one.
I don't know. Lawrence has a pretty dark brain. I can imagine that he's going to be putting out something that's going to make me want to crawl under the bed and hide for a year.
Don't crawl under the bed. That's where most of his stuff lives.
Right.
This is going to be good.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you did the Finish Him challenge, Carl, because I really was sitting. Did we say we calculated how long it had been sitting in the cabinet for me? 2007.
I think
My bad.
the video was 2019. The video I mentioned from Roll for Damage was from 2019, I think, or 2017.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken, but it was 2019 or 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably started at 2018 and was like, nope, this is beyond me, and stuck it up in my cabinet. I just sat there gathering dust all the time.
See, mine hadn't sat there that long. My the blocks I had for the standing stones got cut in May or early June of this year, so they hadn't been around that long. But the thing is, I finished most of my stuff. I don't know if y'all remember, but I some of y'all know I finished like 200 pieces in a week. I just staged them out, and I finished everything at like up to one stage, and then I moved everything else up to the next stage, and then I kept incorporating stuff that was already at further stages. So I finished. I didn't start and complete. Ooh. Wow, that was a noise.
Yeah, sorry about that. Traffic
I didn't
outside.
start and complete.
That was not a bodily
200
function.
Oh yeah, no, it sounded like a truck. I didn't start and complete 238 projects. I just finished 238 projects in a week's time, but they were all in various stages. So when you were like, finish him, I was like, oh, I don't have anything halfway done. Literally all I had was the stones at the time. And then I forgot about the portal, and the portal was actually essentially finished because it was supposed to just be a prototype anyway. And then last night, Lisa's like, why don't you make a platform for it? I'm like, okay.
6
Oh,
hours later.
Exactly. 6 hours later, you got one. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like deer in the headlights look. I'm like, sure, I could do that. And I was like, oh wait, I can do that for finish him. And then I made it bigger and bigger, and yeah, done. Anyway, but it'll get done this week, so I'll be proud of that. And then I can use the platform for something as long as I have some place to put it. So yeah, and anybody can make these. I mean, literally. It's that whole platform I made. It's just a matter of the patience of doing it. I drew the lines on the rocks. I V-gouged them. Then I rolled over everything with the aluminum ball trick. And then it's just, I mean, there's nothing to it. It's literally nothing but XPS and a couple of sticks here and there.
Yeah, I mean, most of the crafting stuff we do isn't about doing complicated things. It's about finding a simple way to do things that look complicated, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yep. It's reminds me when I used to do carpentry work. If you look at like really ornate like crown molds and things, it's just like 2 or 3 different types of boards built up. So it all comes together in the end. As I just guess it. Who is it that says it? Is it Jeremy? Somebody says one of the things I've heard somebody say repeatedly is trust the process.
I know Wylox says it a lot, yeah.
Yep. So it looks weird halfway through, but then just I promise once you get everything together and slap that coat of base coat on. That's why I was thinking about this last night. Somebody said their favorite thing was when they hit it with the wash because it makes everything pop. But my favorite thing is the first base coat because it brings everything together and it starts to look. Now, bad example is the one I did last night because it was all blue foam to begin with. But that stage when you first get that base coat on and it all went gray and it came together, man, that's like my favorite stage.
Yeah, that's kind of when the magic happens, when you've got something that's made of lots of different materials and parts, and suddenly it looks like one solid thing.
Yep.
Mine's the dry brushing. When you dry brush the highlights on.
Yep. That's good too. It's why I made sure to put texture on everything. I don't know if you can really tell from those pictures, but that gray paint has a very, very, very fine sand in it. And when I dry brush it, all of those little points will pick up as little. They'll look like it'll come out looking like granite because you know how granite is not really a solid rock. It's a bunch of little chunks crammed together, and it's going to come out looking like that. I hope that's the plan. It's what it usually does.
Yeah, I think I can see the grains in the photo.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I have a question for you guys. When you highlight and you've done your highlights and your washes and you highlight again, and then when you varnish, do you guys have? Is it my highlighter or my varnish, or do I need to go get a different varnish? Because when I varnish everything, the highlights just die.
It depends on the varnish and how thickly you apply it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I always use. I used to use Mod Podge as the last layer. I don't use Mod Podge under like everybody else does. I don't like the way that paint sticks to it, but I used to Mod Podge on the outside. But even with a somebody, I watch too many channels and they all run together. There's somebody I know that specifically puts on 2 layers of varnish every time. They put on a layer of gloss Mod Podge because it makes the colors pop out more. And then they put a layer of matte Mod Podge over it to remove the glare. But having the 2 layers makes all the colors more vibrant. And so I may start doing that. I've never used gloss Mod Podge for anything. But I used to use Mod Podge. For mine, I spray everything with 2X, the matte clear, and I don't notice that it dims any of it down.
Yeah,
But I started doing that because it not only will coat and protect, but it will also help foliage stick better, like tree foliage. So that's why I use the spray.
Okay, normally what I use are 2 layers of varnish as well. One of them is the gloss, but I mostly use that for protection rather than as part of the painting kind of thing.
Right.
And if you apply 2 very thin layers, I didn't notice that particularly affects the colors. Then I put the matte varnish on top just to kill the glare.
Yeah. So yeah, same sort of thing. Clear, shiny Mod Podge to seal it, and then matte Mod Podge to bring down the glare, and it'll still let the color come through. But you got to put thin coats. If you thicken the coat, it's going to dull everything.
Is there rattle can Mod Podge?
No.
No, but you can find rattle can varnish.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how you would do the Mod Podge without making it thick.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Mod Podge. I mean, the Mod Podge is basically PVA glue, varnish, and some other stuff. I mean, what you really need is the varnish.
Yeah, people think that I create the equivalent of gloss Mod Podge by using white PVA because Elmer's comes out actually pretty shiny if it's thick. and I use a varnish in it, which like literally a floor polish, and it's gonna come like just a few drops, not like a third of the mixture or anything, like just almost not flowade little, but not paint thick, and that's essentially what Mod Podge is. Except I have not found a linoleum sealant stuff is supposed to make your floor shine. That's what it's for. So I have yet to find one that does a matte finish. But if I'm not worried about the gloss, I'll use that. But I usually do that on like stone floors and stuff where it doesn't matter if they're shiny, because they may have actually, if when the castle was built, it may have been shiny marble or whatever. So
I've noticed when I hit my stone with my highlight and then I feel it, all that highlighting that I have to like uber highlight it for it to come through varnish, but it's hard to determine how much highlighting is going to be dimmed by the varnish because I don't want to over highlight it. So
that's why you don't use brush on varnishes, because
Yep.
it's harder to get just the right thickness.
Yep. So I've even, if I've wanted a rock to be like really bright, like something that's I know is going to be like, if it's designed to not be around trees, it's designed to be like the dais in the woods or out in the field or something where it's going to be sun bleached all the time and all that, I'll actually seal it with the spray and then re-highlight with just a white or a very, very, very close to white tan or gray.
that's what I use.
Yeah, see, that one's a polyurethane, and polyurethane's going to be, I have had problems with it. A polyurethane to me always looks kind of yellowy. That's just my experience. I'm not saying. The 2X stuff that comes in a can that looks like the one that's still in your hand, that's the 2X, the clear matte that they have is what I use.
Okay, I didn't have that problem with all polyurethanes. Definitely not with a plastic wood, for example. It comes out very clear. The problem with it is that if you leave it in anywhere that's exposed to sunlight for any amount of time, then it's going to yellow.
Yep.
But I mean, if it's in a cabinet out of direct sunlight, then it's good for a few years.
Yep. And the other thing I found is polyurethane varnish, to me, I keep going, oh no, it's ruined. I don't know, it's ruined. And you just have to wait, because it can take, depending on humidity, like 4 or 5 days to dry. Once it is, it's like a hard turtle shell. It's like, I mean, it's
oh yeah, you're not going to
tough,
break that.
but it'll be tacky for days and days.
Yeah. So literally, once you spray that, you don't want to touch it, because you're going to leave fingerprints in it.
Yep.
Evidence.
Evidence.
Yeah. See, this is why I hang out with you guys. I just, I drink from your brains.
That's what we're here for. What'd you say, Lawrence?
I just use a matte sealer through my airbrush.
I got you. Yeah, I think an airbrush is on my list to get, but not just yet. I got too much stuff going on with the other side of my crafting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Airbrush is one of those tools that okay, looks interesting, but not today.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna have to ring up.
Only thing I ever put through my airbrush is sealers and base coats.
I got you.
Or
I'm gonna have to ring off, but this has been super fun. Thanks for everybody who's watching, and I will catch everybody else later. Go check out Lisa's Discord so you can come hang out with us and chat with us. So y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Cross, and have a good day.
I can't hear Lawrence. I'm gonna have to relaunch Discord.
Oh yeah, I wanted to show off something that I did the other day.
Okay.
I basically had a whole bag of like MDF random bits that were all just kind of all mishmashed and spread together. So I painstakingly sorted them all out and piled them all up one on top of the other Like, this is like OCD in action.
Were you not allowed to play Tetris as a child?
I actually broke the high score of Tetris on the Game Boy. That was before. But yeah, layered all those up and pushed them all in because it's like a weird impulse you get sometimes. It's like, okay, I've got one in there. Now I have to get them all in there and layered and reorganized. But I know where all my MDF different pieces are and things now, and they're all easily accessible.
I see.
Got loads and loads of them, and that's just like the offcuts and spares and such like.
I mean, you do build quite a lot of stuff out of those offcuts and sprue frames.
Oh yeah, I mean they're just an absolute treasure trove. In fact, I don't think I showed off that thing yet. I'll need to change cams.
Okay.
There we go. And so yeah, this is the latest backdrop I'm working on,
Oh
and
man,
it's made up of nothing but MDF sprue frames.
Damn.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
just going to keep layering them one over the other, and then just spray textured spray paint over it, and hopefully it'll look something a bit more industrial. And then I'll start rusting it up and doing like weathered effects and things on it.
nice.
And then that'll be another video backdrop or one for, like for thumbnails and things. It's nice to have a different kind of backdrop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, just been working on that. So yeah,
The backdrops
the
are
moral of
great.
the story: never throw away your sprue frames.
Or anything else, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
True.
What
You
was
collect the greatest stuff on the street. That's amazing how you get so much of your crafting stuff off the street.
what's the strangest piece you picked up off the street that you used in a build?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I pick up a lot of random stuff off the street. In fact, I'll just change cams again. I'll show you a few things that I found recently.
Hey, Zain in the chat. Hey, Zain.
I picked up something off the street on our walk home from breakfast. My husband did anyway. Share it with you
Yeah,
too.
I've been finding a lot of foam.
Oh my gosh.
That's out of.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll just like maybe have fallen off a lorry or like the back of a skip. Because it's relatively lightweight, and if it gets caught in the wind, it'll blow out and onto the street. So at that point, finders keepers.
my heart hurts.
So you can't get any foam where you live, Lisa?
It's only this thick and it comes in small sheets. Nothing that is substantial enough to really make anything large, like cliffs or caves or not. You could make walls and bricks.
I mean, you
I want
you could always get chunks of that and put them together and then cover them with sculptor mold or something.
yeah, you could.
You can make dungeon tiles.
What? I could do what? What was that, Lawrence? I could make what? What?
Dungeon tiles.
I think this has got to be the best one that I've found so far. And this was like, I think it's like a bit of pipe that came off a gutter because we had a really bad storm. And
Okay.
I think it must have blown off
Wow.
like, some building because there was like slates coming off the roofs.
Oof.
Building roofs and such like. And this was like, found it in the industrial estate. And then I decorated it all up with orky panels.
That's great.
and the such like, made a little funnel on the top so it could become like a dice tower. So you just drop your dice in, rolls out into a dice
That's
tray.
beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, and someone's wanting to say hello.
Oh,
Oh,
hello, puppy.
puppy.
Hello.
Hey,
You're not so
puppy.
talkative now, are you?
Oh, hey,
Oh,
baby.
wee pumpkin.
Hi, baby. Oh, hey, girl. I'll show off what we found on our walk home today,
Okay.
which is very irregular. We don't usually find stuff at all. Oh, yes. You took my chair. Yeah. Wait, no, wrong side. Ooh. Sorry about the cat litter, but you see what it?
Is that an aquarium?
It's an aquarium. Someone just left it out of their trash cans for the garbage day.
No way.
Full on aquarium with the aquarium stuff.
Wait, is that an aquarium or is it like just a tank?
A
'Cause it
terrarium.
looks like it
It's a
was made
tank.
for reptiles.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a reptile setup.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even see it had dials over here. It has dials. That's awesome.
Okay, have you made sure that there are no reptiles hidden inside?
Or tarantulas, there could be spiders.
Oh, you know what, guys?
Yeah,
It
in
looks
fact,
like
there
it
might not
was
be spiders in
setup.
there, but there could be a lot of spider eggs.
You know. Crap. No.
I bet you're really glad you picked up that aquarium.
Why do I hang out with you guys again? I'm kidding. No, I think I can make something with this. I think I can do something with this. It has a really cool backdrop too, and it's kind of faded, but still, it's a rocky terrain backdrop that's taped to the back.
I mean, backdrops are always useful. I mean, you could even use that for like Steve said, just for photography. For
Yeah,
a backdrop,
exactly. Yeah, it's got the dials. It's got that really great grating on top. That's the sliding that slid is the top, and three glass panels, and then the driftwood in there. Lots of stuff to work with. I found minus the spider eggs.
Hey, Sean.
That also looked like it was a setup for a bearded dragon.
Oh, that could be. That could be as well. Yeah. Hey, Sean. I hear you.
Okay, Sean, I think, yeah, you're muted. You're saying something? But we were looking at your miniature earlier, and good job, man.
Yeah, wowing and.
How's it going?
So, you know, lunchtime.
Yeah, so we're just
Oh.
talking. We're just talking about random junk that we find in the street, and that's usable as crafting material.
Okay.
You find stuff at your work all the time, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, when you remodel stores and stuff like that, you get shelves, just tons of stuff. Like I have an endless supply now of getting the bamboo popsicle sticks, better known as coffee stirrers.
All right.
Awesome.
Work is where I get all my XPS.
Yeah, I mean, that's useful. I mean, it's going to get thrown out anyway, so.
Giving you the stink eye, Lawrence.
It's really good when I can get a whole when they start throwing out the 3-inch thick XPS.
No, it's not about the size. It's how you craft with it.
Yeah, mostly on my end, what I find are plastic containers and stuff like that. So it's not stuff that I would pick up, to be honest. I mean, I get enough plastic containers from my own garbage. I don't need to go picking it up off the streets. But yeah, other than that, like I mentioned last time, when I walk to work, I go through this road. There are a few shops selling motorcycles, among other things. So they always have these big pallets, and like I could use that, but I don't have any space to put that in. So, but I could use that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
I
I will probably be taking some of those off their hands at some point, but I definitely need to make space first.
Yeah, don't you have to be careful when you pick stuff up off the street where you live? I mean, because all the ruins that are underneath it can come to the surface. So the rock it might be part of like part of a Roman structure or something, Carl.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they kind of put the damper on things.
Yeah, you know, you might pick something up that has angry ghost that's attached to it or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's that, or you pick up a rock, you're like, oh, this looks cool, and the museum wants it now.
It has
I've
spider eggs.
been on job sites where that actually was a concern.
Say again, Loris?
I've been on job sites where finding historical artifacts was a concern.
Really?
I
Like
can imagine.
Gettysburg.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, around here, I
Yeah.
think it's if you're doing any excavation, I think you have to have someone from to have an archaeologist around. Because you do find stuff. I mean, even during roadworks, I said even here, if you do any excavations here, you need to have an archaeologist on the team.
That's cool.
I mean, and it's incredibly random. Like I think it was last year they were digging up to build a road or something. Yep, I think it was a Punic burial site. Boom. No one knew anything about it, but now there it is.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I always say, whenever I'm talking to Steve, he lives in the country where you dig down 6 inches and you find people something, and then you dig down another 6 inches and there's, what are you doing? Bronze Age stuff, and then you dig down another 6 inches and there's Roman stuff. It's just, amazing. What are you doing? Stop. Okay. Stop.
Is the cat trying to invade something?
Yes, he's trying. He wants to craft.
If it's anything like my cats, it'll move everything over so it could lay down and then sit there and stare, and one by one, everything lands on the floor.
Hey, welcome back, Ross.
Now I'm back. That seems like an interesting discussion. I know there was a thing in the news like just last week. Some guy was cleaning out a back bedroom in someplace in Europe, and there was cracked plaster. So they went to take the plaster off to put new plaster, and they found an entire Roman fresco on a wall.
What?
And they were just like, okay, that's been in the back bedroom for 700 years or whatever. I don't know when.
That is cool.
When did Rome in 632? That's means you guys living in a 1500-year-old house at least. And I'm just like, he's just like clean out the back bedroom and there's a painting on the wall, no problem.
Yeah, it's funny when someone can go up to you and say, yes, my back bedroom is older than your entire nation.
I have relatives in Ireland that live in houses longer than there were even Spanish settlements in the United States. But they never find anything interesting because literally their house is made of sod and has been built out of, muck for 1,000 years or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. They live in a cute little cottage that's, made out of sod and thatch. And other than having the thatch replaced repeatedly, it's been the same for 1,000 years. Well, probably not 1,000, probably 500 years.
Yeah, the thing is that it's funny how stuff gets lost because again, this month, they were doing some restorations in a 16th century palace. And they said, okay, we're going to take these paintings off. They had been hanging there for since the 1800s, I think, and we're going to take them off for cleaning. And they find that there was a fresco behind them that was like everyone had thought it was a missing fresco. It had been lost or something. Nope, it's just been under those paintings for 200 years.
Wow.
Did no one
You
think to look?
Europeans are losing frescoes all willy-nilly, man.
Yeah.
Every time you turn around, it's like, oh, look, new painting.
But you think that somebody would have noticed when they dusted,
Yeah.
Something.
Well, but then we're assuming that someone dusted.
Yeah. Or you've got somebody who they're, there's so many jobs that are like traditional or familial. There's somebody that may be third generation cleaner who their parent never mentioned it and their grandparent never mentioned it. So they just thought everybody knew. So they just didn't tell anybody. Traditions,
I could see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's like the old thing about the tradition of the family. His wife goes to, it's the first time they have everybody over to cook family dinner, and it's his wife's first time doing it for the whole family. She cuts the ends off the ham and he goes, well, I don't know. Oh, why do you do that? She goes, I don't know. Go ask mom. He goes and asks mom. She's like, I don't know. Ask my mom. He goes and asks his grandma. She goes, oh, my pan was too small. That's how traditions start. So so it's the same thing. It's like, you never mentioned a fresco. Well, I thought you knew.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. This stuff we lose because no one writes it down because everyone takes it for granted.
Yes.
It's like when you're reading an old book and you find like, okay, and then you do this thing which everyone knows how to do, and we're like, no, we don't know how to do that anymore. Details.
Yeah, I still see that in videos when I'm watching crafters, and I think I may have done it when I said, blah 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 blah, and then that you go and blah blah blah, and some people may not know that you go blah blah blah. They may not have ever seen it before. So, yeah. Prime example of that is somebody pointed out one time that the word knife, it's ubiquitous in all cultures, but you just say knife, but there's 9,000 kind of knives, and so they'll find ancient descriptions of things. And they'll be reading through them, and it says he pulled out his knife and did blah. And I'm like, what kind of knife? How did he use it? What was the cutting motion? Oh, and they don't cover that because, well, just it's a knife. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary the other day, and it had Paul Hogan in it, and he said he went and pulled out, what was it? He was getting mugged or something, and a guy
That's
went
not
and
a
pulled out
documentary,
a
Steve.
pocket knife at him, and then he says, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." And then he pulled out what looked like a machete.
See, that's not a documentary, but you're gonna have a fun time when you go to Australia, Steve.
That was a nature documentary. I'm pretty sure of it.
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't it about the wilds of New York?
Yes, it was in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there was a tutorial in it about how to clean crocodile teeth or something like that.
Yeah. Y'all are insane. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are wackadoo.
Well, I mean, it's the whole thing, the shaman that wears the alligator skin,
Well, that is kind of, yeah.
Well,
I see him. If you spun that just right, that could be a fantastic gaming scenario.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody figured out like halfway through me, wait a minute, this is just Crocodile Dundee.
Depends on how old they are.
Yeah, true.
You eat crocodile? I know you can eat alligator. Can you eat crocodile?
What was
Tastes
it?
Yeah.
That probably tastes
Yes.
like chicken.
Yeah.
It does not. Well, gator does not taste like chicken. So.
No, it does not. Tastes like gator.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. People say that frog's leg tastes like chicken legs, and I'm like, no, chicken legs have so much more flavor. I don't know why people eat frog's legs. I know why people ate them, because if you're desperate and you're not wealthy, you'll eat whatever's there. But frog legs are not tasty. Sorry to all the people
They're
that love them.
delicacy.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Chicken feet is like a delicacy in China, isn't it?
Yeah, and I have had chicken feet because you can get those at the restaurants here, but it's hard to find frog legs, but you can get them. But I'm like, why? Some people really love them.
How some of the
and it's
things
not for
actually
me.
reverse as well, because originally, what was it? White bread wasn't considered cheap; it was considered the
To be
type of bread
the creme de la creme of the bread, yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And-
compared to brown bread, but
Yeah.
now brown bread's the best.
Yep, and they're just now finding out that brown breads, it was supposed to be greater nutrition and better for the wealthy and all that. Now they're finding out that they should have been eating brown bread the whole time.
Well, it's because they bleached the flour.
Yep.
It's kind of like during the potato famine, that they were finding that the children were still starving to death because the potato meat doesn't have as much nutrients as the skin, and the parents were feeding the kids the potato meat and eating the skins.
Yeah. Yep. Mashed potatoes and stuff. Yep. I have two French friends that were roommates. One has just recently moved. She's on an extended stay visa. So one of them's now here in the United States, and she was trying to describe in a Discord chat to her friend in France the concept of bleached flour. And the one that still lives just outside of Paris is like, they do what? She couldn't even understand the concept of bleaching flour. She's like, with like chlorine. And they're like, no. It's just been milled and spread. And she just couldn't grasp the concept because that's not how you do bread in Europe.
I was quite shocked because they actually do that to mushrooms here.
Bleaching the mushrooms?
Yeah, they bleach the mushrooms. What was it? It was at a Morrison's store, and when I worked there, what they used to do out the back room, where they make all the sandwiches and the pizzas and everything for the deli counter, they like had one of the sinks just filled with bleach, and they would put all the mushrooms in there to make them extra white.
But why?
Well, it's probably to kill any bacteria that would have been left on them too.
Yeah, I've heard of doing that with a really dilute bleach so that it kills the stuff, but not to change the color. But I don't know. I don't know what Morrison's is
It probably does. I mean, you wipe countertop off with it, and it,
Yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've gone
Now, Steve, if you're really hard up, you can come on down here to Texas. We'll go out to a cow pasture and we'll pick you some really good mushrooms.
Those are the really good mushrooms. Yeah.
And then we'll go to West Texas and we'll go pick these little pears that grow on the cactuses, and those are really good too.
The little what that grow in the cactus?
There's
They're little pears.
They look like a flower, but cactus don't actually flower. They put out these little things that look like pears, but eventually they turn into leaves.
Right.
And then they do it again next time. So the little bud looks like a little. They're called cactus pears, but they're red, and they are. I think there's different varieties, and some of them are just as good as the mushrooms.
Yes, they're crisp and they're flaky if you cook them right, and it's just delicious.
All right.
If you want to learn about it, Karl, if you want to learn about it, watch Young Guns 2, and they drink some of the cactus juice.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
I will have to watch Young Guns 1 again first because I haven't watched it in, God, it's like 15 years, I think.
Apparently,
okay.
they're making a threequel.
Really?
Apparently,
All right.
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying. I'm not
The thing
saying
is
that
with a lot of
Hollywood is
movies
running
is
by
that
me.
they seem to get cancelled pretty quickly
What is that?
after
Yeah,
they're
well,
announced because they were meant to be making, what was it, that Superman sequel for, it was like nearly a decade. You know, the one that was meant to be made by Tim Burton, and it was going to have Nick Cage as Superman.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was like in the works for like, I think it was 8 years or
Yep, I
something.
think it was like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
8 years.
And it was totally cancelled. And like, there's been a lot of films and things being announced that were meant to be getting launched. Like, I think Ubik is one that has been. What was it? I think it was Philip K. Dick. He actually wrote the original screenplay for it, and there's still not been anything out for it.
I'm just confused about doing a sequel for Young Guns at this stage. I mean, they're using the same actors. Is it still Young Guns?
Yeah, no.
Middle-aged
Yeah,
gun.
Old crusty
they're
guns.
gonna call it Guns 3, alias Billy the Kid,
Really?
and it's going to be Emilio Estevez. He's directing it and writing it.
Okay.
Might actually be pretty decent.
Yeah, I'll put the IMDb link in the chat here. There we go.
Yeah.
So I found combing through history, you can find some really nasty people that you can make monsters out of. Well, they already were monsters, so.
Right?
Okay. Who's your new favorite terrible human?
I sent you a link to him. I can't remember his name, but he was one of the knights that served with Joan of Arc.
Oh, okay.
And
Gilderea. I had told you. I was the one who
yes,
told you about him. Yeah.
yeah, I looked him up and found some really interesting stuff about him.
Yeah. Interesting is a very
And
wild way
because
of putting that.
yes, but the funny thing is because he was a noble, they didn't burn him at the stake like they would a peasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
My
interesting twist to have in a game.
my two favorites for how messed up they were in the head are either Vlad Tepes, who was screwed over by the church and took it out on the church for the rest of his life. I like that. That's Vladimir. That's Count Dracula. And my other one is Torquemada, who totally wasn't screwed over by the church and took it out on everybody else just cuz. And they're both fascinating as to how they rationalized what they did. And Torquemada was a right piece of
Yeah. I mean, when you honestly look at it, Vlad Tepes got a bad rap. I mean, he did what he had to do to stop the Ottoman
Yep.
Empire from
Yep.
coming through because nobody would help him.
Yep.
But
Pretty much. Yeah.
he took a playbook out of the Mongols did, where they would fling people that were alive and or dead into cities that had the plague.
Yep.
Well, what he did was he took all the people in his country that had the plague and sent them into the army. That was a stroke of genius. I mean, it's biological warfare, but if you're outnumbered that bad, getting people sick is a good thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was never a point in his career where he was not outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really
He went and
good
did
guerrilla
he went
fighter.
and did everything they asked for him in far off lands, and they tried to steal his land, and they ended up lying so that his wife committed suicide, and then he got rightly ticked off because he was one of the few people back in the day that married for love rather than just status. And from that point on, he was like, "Yeah, here's how I feel about that."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he was the originator of the phrase, "I woke up today and chose violence."
Yeah, but the guy that Sean was talking about earlier is. Do you know the fairy tale Bluebird?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's one of the people that led into the legend of Bluebeard. Yes. It
Yep.
was the crazy thing is that they said that he killed 150 kids, probably more than that.
Yep.
But that and he was conducting rituals, and
Oh.
that's
Okay.
but yeah.
Uh,
So it very interesting character.
Yeah.
I mean that right there has like Ravenloft written all over it.
No,
Doesn't
it
it?
does.
Yeah. So that's Bluebeard or Blackbeard?
Bluebeard.
Bluebeard.
Bluebeard. Okay, because the
Yeah.
other one,
Blackbeard is
he
the
was one of those ones that just kept failing to the top. He kept like wanting no part of it, and he ends up being like a pirate king.
yeah.
He just
True,
Yeah.
it's literally it's like he lost the job, so he went and kind of hung out with these guys cleaning stuff at the pier, and then somebody one day said, "Yo, we need extra sailors. We'll pay you this much." And he's like, "Well, yeah." And the next thing you know, it's like 7 years later, and he's a pirate king and has all this stuff and the bounties on his head from like 7 countries, and he's like, "What the hell just happened?"
About Blackbeard, one thing I really liked about that guy is that he was. I mean, he was still a murderer when he had to be, but he figured out that if he can put on a good show, that does 90% of his job for him.
Yeah, he's the original Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
It's all
what he used to do was he used to put like it was like firecrackers in his beard.
Fuses, I think, for his
Yeah.
pistols. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That was
Yeah,
Teach,
matchlock
right?
fuses.
Yep, Edward Teach.
yeah.
Yep.
Edward
Yeah.
Teach.
And he was a school teacher, wasn't he, before he became a pirate?
He was something like a tutor or something like that. I know that he'd like literally like the jobs dried up for some reason and he got laid off essentially and was like, well, what am I going to do now? And some guy goes, well, I work down at the pier. I got a steady job. They're always hiring. And it just snowballed from there.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think I know a lot of people who work in education who would love that kind of career, but
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So especially in American education where the teacher's having to buy, pencils and markers for her kids out of her own pocket. And
What?
meanwhile, she's like, wait, oh yeah, our school system's messed up. That's a whole long
Yeah.
discussion. But I can just see one of them going, so you got a job at the pier? Yeah. How much? Yeah. Okay. I can't start till the end of the school year, but then I'm in. And then like 5 years later, they're like, Somali pirating, ship Chian or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I have an education degree.
We're going around, and where people will say "thar she blows." No, that's not how it's THERE.
There, she blows.
There.
Okay, speaking of Edward Teach, have you watched Our Flag Means That?
Yes,
What-
it's a
what's what?
classic.
Which one?
Our Flag Means That. It's
No, I haven't seen it yet.
it's
By
hilarious.
Wow.
Wahiti.
Yeah.
Where do you find that?
I'm not sure if
One
it
of the
was
pay
Netflix.
services, Hulu or Netflix, one of them.
HBO.
HBO. Okay.
Oh, no wonder I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
it's incredibly campy, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. Flag means
Yeah, it's
death.
essentially the same folks that did What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
Which is another one I want to see and haven't seen yet. So
that's awesome. I love that one.
I have not watched that one yet.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it's still on the go as well.
Say again?
The movie is very good. I have not seen the series. The movie is very good.
Okay, can you give me a quick summary?
It's a fly in the wall documentary about vampires.
All the different types. So you've got the Nosferatu type, and you've got the Dracula type, and then you've got the modern type, and how they all manage their lifestyle, and that they eat people, but how they have to keep it under, because they're in modern day, and they have to kind of keep it on the low so that they aren't caught all the time. But it's great because this one guy gets turned into a vampire and goes and lives in this basically vampire boarding house type of situation with these 4 other vampires who have all different vampire types. And it's like what's that show where everyone has to move in together for a while, and it's reality TV. It's that kind of thing where they all move in.
Big
And they
Brother
have
kind of thing.
yes, it's just like that. So they have domestic quarrels, and it's great. It's great. And the domestic quarrels were over the silly over silly things like you had to leave your blood out again. It's stinking up the place.
And yeah, in the TV series, there's like an extra kind of vampire. It's what is it? It's a character called Colin Robinson, and he's just this
Yeah.
like what is it? Aged bald guy who's like totally boring, and he's called an energy vampire, and he just sucks the energy out the room. Just by being depressing and sort of like boring people to tears and driving the conversation to really innate kind of just boring people to death. He
Okay.
gets high off that. Really funny.
Yeah,
You're giving away my secrets.
Is that why I feel so
Oh my
tired?
Yep, it's all me. It's all me. Blame me. Everybody else
I
does.
was going to say this is what my YouTube channel would be like that. That's why I don't have a YouTube channel. Oh, that sounds funny. I like that. I want to see the series, but I don't have HBO. So.
Oh, it's really good, and it's got like Matt Berry in it as well.
Ooh,
Matt
Berry?
Yeah,
Berry.
No
I'll
idea.
have to go find it online because I mean we are talking about pirates, right?
Yeah, I'll send you a link later, man.
Yeah, I don't have HBO, but I have people that can get around that. I have people. Ba-dum-ba.
Okay, I still think the best pirate show was Black Sails.
Oh, yeah.
So I just went out and looked up Wikipedia on Blackbeard, and it says that almost nothing is known of him before he became a pirate. So maybe that's not who I'm thinking of.
That could
But
be.
there's somebody that was like a teacher or worked in a patent office or something and just kind of lost their job, ended up working on a pier, and the next thing they know they were a pirate, and I don't remember who it was.
Oh.
But I'm like, I keep hoping to luck into something like that. I mean, I don't necessarily want specifically to be a pirate, but I'd like to look around like 5 years from now and be like, huh, I'm crazy wealthy and I wasn't 5 years ago. What happened? That'd be nice. On the other hand, all of this conversation has given me a great idea for a pirate captain in one of my games. I'm going to create a pirate captain that he's the captain because it was his ship, and it was his ship because the city was being burnt down, and he was like the cleaner, and he was like scrubbing the deck, and he was the only one on the ship, and the city caught fire, and he just cut the ropes and went adrift, and the next thing you know, he's a pirate captain.
Okay, there are stranger ways that one becomes a pirate captain. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Nobody came after him after the ship because everybody in the town was killed, and he had the only ship that survived. So he's like, well, I got a boat. How do I convince people to steer my boat?
Yeah, I mean, there's something like that. Steve Bonnet, who was also the other character in Black Sails, also a historical pirate.
Yeah.
He was one of the few pirates who just purchased their ship. So he was the captain because it was his ship. And he paid his crew a salary, which was very weird for them.
There you go.
And also, he was not a very good pirate because he had done it as a kind of a middle-age crisis kind of thing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's actually what happened with Blackbeard as well. They apparently think that he was just super vicious just to be super vicious. Like it was like, I'll do this for a while. Yeah. I'm like, what are you gonna do today? I don't know. I guess I'll just be really psycho crazy and see if I can't create a name for myself. I don't know.
I think that would make good columns. These things.
Those are.
I got them at the Dollar Tree. They're little toys. They're
They're
packaged.
like building blocks kind of thing. Party favors. Big puzzles. Huh.
Little blocks that you can stick
Yeah, why
together.
not?
Okay, I gotta go. See, you're gonna make. Where'd you get those? You're gonna make me go to the store again. I don't want to go out in the people.
Dollar Tree.
Okay. Okay. Is that what you've been playing with? All the little colorful columns you had in the back?
Yep.
Okay. I thought those were the colored glue sticks and stuff. And I was going, those would make like really cool sci-fi stuff for like, I don't know, cryo tanks or something. But
Hey,
they
Dad,
look
nice to see you.
cylindrical from here.
Yeah, I think this would make a cool column. $4.
Fuck. You are sucking the life out of me.
Oh my
sorry.
God.
What'd I do? What'd I do? All I said was cryo tanks. What?
What I do.
No credit, thanks. Don't worry, Lawrence. Get back to your mega dungeon. You can do it. You can do it.
Dungeon tiles, you said? Tiles?
You know, glow sticks are so cheap anymore that I'm tempted to like make just like clear pipe tanks, like some kind, with a thing that holds them from the bottom. So before the game session, I can flip it upside down, crack open a bunch of glow sticks, and stick them in the holes, and like put a little plate over it to seal it, and then put it down, and so it like makes all the things glow. But I'm crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
It's brilliant.
I like that look. Lisa looked around like, wait, what? Glow stick? What? Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yes, it is brilliant because brilliant means light up. Never mind. That's a joke. That's a glow stick joke. I'm just
I like that
watching
idea.
Steve sit here. Steve's like, yeah, I'm not paying any attention to this. I'm just building toilets. The one with the eye stalks is really worrisome, but I like it in a creepy, icky sort of way.
Yeah, to be, I'm still not sure which one is creepiest. Whether it's this one or the one with the tongue. The jury's still
Oh,
out.
I don't think I don't want a tongue stick coming out of my toilet bowl. I just
Yeah, I don't want a pair of
That
eye
is
stalks out
creepy.
of my toilet bowl either.
yeah, but they're less likely anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remain skeptical. That's all I'm saying.
You know the cats that drink out of toilet bowls? Not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those will make cool columns. I like that. They'll come out nice. Okay.
Okay, guys. I think we should probably finish the stream soon, and possibly continue the conversation on Discord if you like. No problem there. Before we go into any weirder territory.
Us go weird?
Yeah. No, we never do that.
Yeah, I mean, not by our standards. Let's put it that way. I mean,
You can investigate my spider egg terrarium. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
this is one of those I will never sleep again moments. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start calling you Spider Mom from now on.
There you go.
Yeah, don't worry about the spiders. Gygax will eat them for you.
There you go. Fair enough.
No, he just watches them. And I'm like, get it. And he's like, oh, look at it go. And I'm like, no, get it. It's right over there, Mom. Won't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do my
Like,
best
did
to
you
sort of like finish painting these guys up, and then I'll post the pictures on Discord and then Instagram.
You know,
Ooh.
you know what that's making me think of, Steve? It's like see no evil, say no evil kind of thing. If you could get a third, how would you put ears on a third one?
With toilets.
Yeah, just have a big toilet ear.
Well, they have skeletal ears on those little skeletons you get from the dollar store. You may as well have ears on a toilet. Why not?
And off the rails we go.
Lawrence, we actually face palmed Lawrence. Sorry, Lawrence, man.
You didn't have a smell,
you're
no
talking
evil.
about a toilet.
Oh God.
You're talking about a toilet.
Smell no evil. God,
You're
really?
talking about
Sorry, Sean. What?
you guys are talking about a toilet like it's a sentient being. I mean,
What?
if it has a tongue that comes up and does like what a bidet does, we're done. No.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you say we're done, but man, that would sell. Oh my God, would that sell?
Didn't they make a song about that?
What?
God, I hope not.
Potato, potato.
Oh,
No.
Flashback when
no.
it guns all along.
Hey, we were just talking about spiders, and there is a line in that song about tarantulas.
no!
Yeah, isn't that a thing in Australia? They have it's called the toilet spider.
I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally nicknamed this toilet spider. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound fun or anything. Yeah. I do remember in South Texas every morning we had to, before we put on our shoes, we had to dump our shoes out to make sure there are no scorpions in it. It's bad enough that they'd be in our boots. I don't want to think about
A spider.
a toilet spider or a shower spider. Nope. Nope.
I am officially asking you, Steve, to make a smell no evil toilet.
He just dropped out and he's coming back in. Give him a second.
Oh.
Yeah, Discord's just keeps acting up, I think.
Yeah.
She says you need to make you need to make a. She's specifically requesting a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, smell no evil toilet.
Yes.
I can hear the wheels turning from
Not
here.
sure how you do that, but the gauntlet's been thrown down.
If anyone could do it, Steve could do it.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Well, I've got the eyes, so we've got the.
Yeah. He knows
What
just
was
what
it,
to do.
Oh.
Okay. Rob is in the chat. Hi, Rob.
Hey. So yeah, we've got
Okay,
the.
people watching this is what the Discord is like. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, come hang out on Lisa's Discord for far more of this. Far too much of this.
With no filters or anything.
Yeah.
I was just thinking you should make miniature cans of air freshener to sit next to those things.
But yeah, what I'm thinking is like maybe taste no evil. What was it? Watch no evil, and then just come out with a third one.
I'm no evil.
There you
go. And then there's a toilet cleaner called Mimic Away.
There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking I need to make or add some toilet paper to one of them.
Yep.
Wipe no evil.
Oh God! Stop!
Okay, you know what you could do with the toilet paper if you can find a puppy miniature or something like that? Do you remember those old adverts with the puppy and the toilet paper?
Yeah, I remember Harry Enfield did a funny sketch where, what was it, the puppy had ran off with all the roll, the toilet roll, and he's like, seeing the puppy, and it just sort of like tilts its head sideways, and he just goes and grabs it and uses it as toilet paper. And you just see a brown stripe on the back of it.
Oh no.
Y'all have cooler ads than we do in America. That would never fly in the US. That would never fly in the US. So, yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to finish this stream now before we give away all of.
Let me check real quick and see if anybody's tossed anything new and show. And nope.
Okay.
Community showcase. It's just me. All right.
It's fine. I mean, this has been a great. And yeah, I mean the hangouts are practically always like this. I think this is the first time we just threw it out in public.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have exposed ourselves.
So, Karl, let's say like the Halloween challenge. What's the cutoff dates? What's the
okay?
what's the rules?
So throwing it out there again. Yeah, good idea. So the Halloween challenge is to build a creepy anything. So it can be a miniature, a diorama, piece of terrain, piece of artwork if you prefer drawing or stuff like that. No problem. Just make something creepy. And the cutoff date is the 30th of October.
The 31st.
I love how you keep saying the word creepy, and every time you say it, Lawrence giggles.
Lawrence, yes.
Yeah,
I have a
it's
spider aquarium.
Sunday 30th. Sunday 30th.
Sunday,
Okay.
30th October. Got it.
Yep.
And where can people post their images?
Okay, for the time being, we're going to put up a channel on Discord. Okay, but again, this is a joint challenge with the guys from the Net1 Videos Discord, as if most of us are the same people anyway, but that's okay.
Right.
So there will be something there too, and then we'll figure out how to stream it in the end, so we have a chat about them and so on. So yeah.
Be great. Yeah. All right,
I look
Lawrence.
forward to all y'all submissions. Like I said, I don't really do creepy, but I look forward to y'all submissions for sure.
Okay, so thanks everyone for joining us. Dungeon Matron, Steve from Earthman Brick, Lawrence Davies, Cross from Campaign Terrain, and Sean from Full Moon Studios. Lovely having you here.
And just remember, everyone remember, if you want to have a good time and learn more toilet humor, come over to Dungeon Matron's Discord when we do our live casting.
Yeah,
We're like this all the time.
I'll put a link down in the comments as soon as we're finished. So thanks everyone for watching, and have a great week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.